thumb here in the software world was 3-to-1. And this has been, pushed all over the internet. And many businesses took that because all these big tech giants and very, huge company CEOs talk about 3-to-1 as though it's a rule of law. And I want to say it is true under specific conditions, which only apply to like 5% of businesses. So let me give you the other scenarios and what I consider to be ideal for that. So 3-to-1, and this relates to, I don't have anything drawn. Hold on. I'll draw this for you guys, so this will make more sense. So let's imagine. Do we have overhead cam on? Okay. You guys digging this? All right. So we have our attraction, right? How we get people in the door. That's number one. We have our conversion, which is how do we actually get them to give us money? Number two. And then number three, we have our delivery. So if we were to use a binary scale of 0 or 1, 0 or 1, 0 or 1, then we would say if we have 0, basically of unlimited scale, I put 0 operational drag for attraction, conversion, and delivery. What is that? That's probably a SaaS product, right? You can run ads to a checkout page, and then the SaaS, the software does the delivery, right? All the way zeros all across. And so for that, when you have all zeros, 3-to-1 between how much it costs you to get a customer and how much you make is an appropriate ratio. But what if one of these three things includes a human? So let's give a simple example. You run ads to a checkout page, and then you have somebody who does delivery. You have a human being who does delivery. Well, as soon as that occurs, or said differently, maybe you run ads to a salesperson, and then you have some sort of lighter touch delivery on the back end. In any of these scenarios, I want to now have 6-to-1. Sorry, this is a 1. I want to have 6-to-1. Now, why would I double this? So let me explain. As soon as you add a human in the loop, as soon as you add a human to the system, you're going to have lumpiness or inconsistency. So what do I mean by that? If, let's use the salesperson example. You're running ads to a salesperson. As soon as you get to a certain point where you've capped that salesperson calendar, what do you have to do? You have to hire another salesperson. And what happens when you hire a new salesperson? That person's not going to be as good as the main person, especially right off the bat, and maybe even ever. And so we have to build into the business padding so that we can incur the cost of training somebody up and also having them suck. Because if we're at 6-to-1 with our one guy, or rather, if we were at 3-to-1 with one guy selling, as soon as the next guy comes in, we're below 3-to-1, right? And so we have to be at 6-to-1 so that when that next person comes in, we have some cushion. We got a little cushion for the pushing, if you will. That gives us, again, padding. I keep saying padding, so you'll probably hear padding a bunch of times, but that's what it is. Now, let's say that you've got 2 of these 3. So now let's say we're running ads, and we have a manual person who's taking the phone call, closing, and then the delivery is also service. This is honestly, this is many of you guys, is that you are in service businesses, and this is what it is. Okay, when I'm in this situation, I want 9-to-1. Now, the reason this is so difficult for people to wrap their heads around is that most people want to scale when their business model has not been nailed yet. And so that's why we say nail it, then scale it. And so people get ahead of their skis, they overexpand, they bring on, they try to open more locations or bring on more reps too fast because their ego is tied to the number, rather than looking at the fundamental economics of their business and saying, is this ready to scale? Because if I had the pick of I would rather scale really fast for 3 years and then realize the business is broken, or spend 3 years just nailing the model, getting all the metrics right, and then scaling it, I would obviously pick the second one. But the thing is people, if I say that to you, most people will be like, well, of course I picked the second one. But people don't behave that way. And so what you say you would do versus what you actually do are typically very different.